Hey there, everybody. It's Shepherd Chong here, bringing to you another episode of Abyssalcraft is Kind of Awesome. In this case, it's a supplementary episode about the Necronomicon. Yeah, I've mentioned that the Necronomicon is probably one of the better things I've seen in a Minecraft mod. If you've played a bunch of modded Minecraft, you probably know that a lot of mods are difficult to get into because they basically lack instructions. You basically have no idea what you're doing unless you can find a video online about it, or if you find a good wiki or something on the internet. And there are very few mods that have guides for how they work. And the Necronomicon is a great one. It details most of the important information you need for Abyssalcraft. And you can get it fairly easily. Again, the crafting recipe is just 6 rotten flesh, 2 iron ingots, and a book. I should note that, give me a second. There are achievements for Abyssalcraft. I haven't shown any of them off, but the first one is creating a Necronomicon. I might do a video about those at some point. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the Necronomicon. You open it up. Well, I'll focus on this thing first. Spellbook. This section is incomplete. If you follow Shino's information on Abyssalcraft, you know that eventually there is going to be a magic system that isn't simply the rituals. There's going to have another system for it, sort of like how Thaumcraft has various things within its mod. This other information section will cover add-ons to the mod, like Abyssalcraft integration, which I have mentioned plenty of times that it's going to get its own sort of focus at some point. Probably after I've finished with the Abyssal Wasteland. Because most of the information in it is pertinent to the Abyssal Wasteland. Forbidden Knowledge. It's got various sections. Thaumcraft effects. The Abyssalcraft thing is basically your basic information about Abyssalcraft. Something here about the overworld biomes, various materials added, a little picture of rituals, the machines added by the mod, which I haven't really gotten into very much in the main tutorial. So yeah, the Great Old Ones. Again, this section has to do with the lore of Abyssalcraft and how it's related to the Cthulhu mythos. Some symbols for the outer gods. Again, if you don't know anything about the works of H.P. Lovecraft and the Cthulhu mythos that spawned from it, I'd totally recommend looking it up. There's a lot of interesting stuff with it. But here's one that you won't find through looking it up. Jazahar, Gatekeeper of the Abyss. I mentioned him in episode 0. He is basically the reason I like this mod so much. And he is original. Shino created this one, and he is something specifically related to Abyssalcraft. If you really want to read those sections, either use the mod, or you can pause the videos when I was on those sections. Here's another thing, the Abyssalnomicon. In lore, the Necronomicon, the Abyssalcraft lore, the Necronomicon is basically a partial fragment of the Abyssalnomicon. You can eventually get the Abyssalnomicon. It basically has all the information about that you get through the various versions of Necronomicon. This patron section, they're patrons. Yeah. I hope I don't need to explain that to you. You're on YouTube watching this. You really ought to know about it. The section on machines here What the? Hey, why did it do that? Well, you witnessed two things. You notice how the book next to the machines is sort of grayed out? That basically means that there's nothing in this section. You notice that I'm clicking on it, nothing's happening. You also witness something that does occasionally happen. Rather than being what you clicked on, for some reason it will go to what's below it. Probably has to do with thresholds and stuff. Basically hitboxes. Yeah, so overworld. It's information about the overworld. Like materials, the progression, entities, special materials, and the armor and tools. Basically the stuff I went over in the tutorial. You can find a lot of the information I've done in the tutorial in the Necronomicon. The tutorial I'm doing is halfway unnecessary, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, there are various points on it that I didn't feel were explained adequately, so I figured I'd do a sort of mod spotlight / tutorial for the series. Yeah, I've explained that in all in episode 0, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so materials goes over stuff. Yeah, the materials at Abyssalcraft, Darkstone, Corallium, the Oaks, Niter, Antimatter, the Grass. Yeah, it gives you some information. And that's basically what it is. Progression, it's what you need to do to progress through the mod, obviously. But this specific, all of this stuff specifically pertains to the overworld. You'll see in the Abyssal Wasteland part of the tutorial, that's what I'm thinking of, that it will have a section about the Abyssal Wasteland underneath the part about the overworld. And it will have information specifically pertaining to that. Yes, to that dimension. And that's true of all the dimensions. The various versions of the Necronomicon for those dimensions, I mean. Yeah, staff of rending. Okay, that was it for Forbidden Knowledge. Notice that all of that was just under this one section. Well, I probably should have put this in the beginning. What is this book? Yeah, this explains that thing about the lore for what the Necronomicon is within Abyssalcraft, and the information about the Abyssalnomicon, how that works. And the ritual section information, that was the part below it. Yeah, getting started. Yeah, like I said, pretty much all the information I'm telling you in the tutorials can be found in the Necronomicon. Like I said, it's a really good guide for the mod. Definitely one of the best guides in any Minecraft mods I've seen. Yeah, really, Shinow did a very good job with this. The thing with the opening a different tab is really a very minor issue. Yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. This was a video about the Necronomicon, in which I rambled a great deal about how the tutorial I'm doing is pretty much worthless. Oh, I'm sad now. Goodbye. Bloopers! Hey there, peoples. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start over.